So we are going to do the river loop. So we are right here. The star tells me that. And then this map is weird because it doesn't actually orient north. What I mean by that is almost all maps, the top of the map is where north is. But here they have a north indicator, and they're lining this up with where you are facing. And so we're facing the river. So that's why they have this map like this. So we know, or I know, that if we take a right and go on this trail, we're going to be on the red trail, which is the river loop. All right, so we're going to go here. And we're going to go to about right here, and there's something over here I want to show you guys. How long is the river loop total?
2.3 miles.
Okay, but we're not going to do the whole 2.3, so we're going to do around 2 miles today total. Okay? So when we hiked the first night, or the second night I should say, second week, we actually went up here, that way, and we did this blue loop, which is the Vista Loop. And actually we didn't even go all the way, we turned around and came back. So I just want to show you guys the map. All right, well, let's go.
Wait.
Why do you think we don't build cairns in the water? So do you think animals live in water?
Yeah.
Do you think animals use rocks as houses?
Yes.
Yeah. We don't want to accidentally remove an animal's house. So crayfish or crawdads, whatever you call them, they live under rocks. And other animals, salamanders. There is a skill or something you should be aware of when you are outdoors. So we talked, yeah, but we're not going to go over that, unfortunately. Okay. Yes, Vanessa.
I think I know what it is. When you don't have any water, you need to purify it. So you're going to probably show us how to purify water?
Potentially, yes.
We learned how to purify water during Stardays.
Cool.
Yeah.
I got the bags. I got the
bags
for it.
Well, I'm going to talk about a couple different things. Okay, so we've talked about shelter, talked about backpacks, talked about sleeping bags, we talked about food, we talked about whether we wanted to be in the backcountry, which is a designated campsite, or we wanted to do primitive campsites, okay? Typically, if you are backpacking, backcountry or primitive, you have to know where your water is coming from, if you don't, or where you're going to get it from, if you don't want to carry it in. So 1 liter of water, one of these, is equal to about 2 pounds. So you should drink roughly 2 to 3 liters of water a day while you're hiking, and that's on the low side. So if that's the case, you're going to be carrying 4 to 6, maybe 8 pounds of water if you don't have a water source. I have camped places where there is no water source because of the time of year, because of the elevation, and so I've had to carry in a lot of water. And you use water for everything. You use it for drinking, which is the most important part. You use it for cooking. You use it for cleaning. And that's one thing why you have to figure out water. So what we're going to talk about is water purification, knowing where to get your water, how to get your water, and different sources of carrying your water. Okay?
Running water more.
Yes. Why? That is an accurate statement. Why is that true? Anybody know why running water is more pure than stagnant water?
Because stagnant water can hold all the bacteria and E. coli from the fish
Mm-hmm.
and
Animals.
the pee.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
If it's runoff from a farm where there's animals,
yeah,
It's gonna have like
yeah.
but,
So think of it
when-
this way. Stagnant waters means no movement, which means no life. Think about your life. You're a lazy bum on a Saturday morning. You're stagnant. You're not being productive. There's no life happening there.
When you
That's
when
what
you
happened to me
running
during
water.
most of the spring break.
Yeah, there you
That's what my
go.
mom gave me a
So
copy.
running water like this, there's, for that very reason, there's movement. The bacteria isn't able to stagnate and grow, but also there's
Unless
more
it grows
places
on the
for the
rock.
water to filter. There's materials for it to filter through, like rock, sediment, sand. Yeah. Have they done anything with kind of showing how water settles or sediment in any of their badges? You guys have probably done it in science.
Oh yeah, science. Yeah.
Where the very
No,
bottom, like
badges.
if you build a, you have a jar, or you have like a 2 liter, you cut the top off, you put the big rocks in, and then you put the pebbles in, and then you put the sand
We
in,
did that
and
in
it all
Starbase.
fills in.
Yeah, we talked about it with Hydrodynamics first Lego League year too.
Yeah.
Yes, I was there.
Yep.
I was not.
So you can make your own filter, but it'd be a little bit difficult. So what I'm going to show you guys real quick is a couple methods. Some are better than others. Some have pros, some have cons. Oh, all have pros. They all have cons.
No, let's go.
Oh, the life straw.
Someone mentioned the
I
life
was
straw a
wanting to
couple.
get one. That was me.
Week or two
I
ago.
mentioned the life straw.
Okay. And then I have this
Oh, I love
guy.
those things. I don't know if
One of my uncles. Nah, Vanessa, don't do it yet. One of my uncles camps a lot.
Oh, I
Mhm.
have
He forgot one of his like tablets that you put in your water to purify it. He forgot it at the river, and then he forgot to take it back. And then so the people who came next got him.
Well, that's a perfect example. So leave no trace with bathing. I usually don't bathe while I'm backpacking. I actually am very good hygienically, but I also don't really care how I smell when I'm outdoors until I get the car ride home, and then I'm just the windows down the whole time. But if you do decide to bathe, they tell you, Leave No Trace says to do it at least 200 feet away from water, because the chemicals that you use in your soap and shampoo, whatever, so you just have to be creative that way. They have a lot of cool options like waterless shampoos. You can use that. Baby wipes. I've taken a lot of baby wipe baths. So this is an example of a water reservoir or bladder. This is 2.5 liters, so how many pounds is this? Because it holds water just like your bladder.
Oh.
So how many pounds, if this is filled, would be?
2.5.
Yeah. 2 pounds per liter.
About 4 or 5.
About 5 pounds. Yeah. Which over time is heavy. I don't know about you. I'd rather carry something more functional or better that's going to give me more comfort when I get to camp. Now, granted, water is going to give me comfort because it's going to fill me with water and be hydrated. But so I typically will not fill up my bladder until I get to a source close to camp. You can carry an Nalgene. I usually will fill this up, and I will keep it accessible so I can drink it as I go. There's these little cool things in here, these little stoppers,
Oh, yes.
so you don't just dump water in your face when you're really, and you can hike, you can walk. If you ever tried walking and drinking water out of a wide mouth bottle, you're gonna be taking a shower on the trail. So you could kill 2 birds with 1 stone, but air gets in, water comes out, and it's good. I also have a empty one, and we're gonna use that here shortly. So, someone did mention tablets. There are different types of tablets. And depending on how much money you want to spend or how much time you want to use, there are different methods for this. So this one is by Cadette, and there were 30. There's now 28 tablets. And so there's one on each side. So the instructions for this are you fill your water up. So I can just take a water bottle. I don't get a filter, and I just put it in the water. I want to make sure there's no floaters in there, particles like that, because I don't want to, swallow that stuff. But what I'll do is I will put this one tablet inside a water bottle, and I will let it sit for 4 hours.
Ooh.
God, that's
4 hours. Hey, My water will be super clean though, and I won't have to worry about giardia, which is not fun, I've heard. I've not had it. I hope to never get it. It makes you have diarrhea.
It makes you
Very ill, upset tummy.
Ew.
So that's what these capsules do. Or you can take these, it's a 2-part process, put 2 of these in, 30 minutes later, it tastes and looks like iodine, but then you can take this capsule, put it in, and it neutralizes after 3 minutes, and then you can have drinking water. But the directions for these say you can take water and have mostly bacteria-free drinking water. That's on the instructions, is mostly bacteria-free. So you're taking a risk, but 4 hours versus 33 minutes. Why would I use these over that, besides the time?
It's faster and you might be able to dehydrate.
Well, I should say, when would I use these over those?
If you're very dehydrated and you're about to pass out or anything, those would be
That's a good reason. What's another
I
reason?
have a story though.
We're gonna hold off on stories though. I appreciate it. I want to hear your story though, Vanessa, because you have great stories. Why would you choose the 33-minute over the 4 hours if the 4 hours are gonna definitely give me drinkable water?
Because
What about leave no trace principle number 1? What is that? I'll say it for you. Plan ahead and prepare. So if you know where you're going and you know the water source is relatively clean, you would use these because there's not too many questions. This is if you're in the wilderness and you have no idea what's feeding that water source. It could be a cattle ranch 3 miles out and just manure is just flying into that water source. Would you want to drink that?
nope.
Nope.
I'm
So
not
that's when
gonna
I would
drink
use
it.
these, okay? But these capsules, you have 33 minutes or 4 hours. So there's pros and cons, right? This is a pro because it's super fast. The cons is it's mostly drinkable, okay? These 4 hours, you have to put your water in a opaque or non-translucent water bottle, and you have to keep it hidden in the dark if you do have like a see-through water bottle for 4 hours. You've been hiking for 5.
He used to like take those and he used to put them in his opaque water bottle. He used to like do that overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Except he had like a huge water bottle.
Yeah.
Too, so he just had to do it like every day. That's just
Well, the other thing is one of these is for 1 liter, so I'd have to add 2.5 to this water bladder to get purified water. Okay, so that's 2 different options within the same vein. This is, someone said this last time we were out, this is a life straw, right? What's the pro about this, you think?
I know exactly what it
very
is.
convenient.
Very convenient.
It's small.
Portable.
It's small, portable. It gets rid of 99.99%.
99.9999. I think there's 5 or 6 nines in there. I think I read that, yeah.
But yeah, I actually watched the VAT-19 video for those, and it did say
These are for a filtration. I'm not going to go into the math behind it, but yes, very, very reliable. And you can use it up to, I want to say 25,000. I don't know. I don't recall the number of gallons.
I think it was.
So that's the pro, right? It's light. Here, feel how light this is. Pass this around. It's light, it's convenient, it's super reliable as far as what it's going to do. Do not put your lips on it because I already put mine on it. On that end, of course. Or the other one. Just don't put your lips on it. That should be a rule in life. Don't put your lips on it.
Germs.
The day before we came to and we put them out on the bus.
Well, that's, yeah, I'm not surprised. All elementary kids, that's a rite of passage.
No, it
actually.
wasn't in elementary
Oh,
school.
it wasn't elementary.
It was in middle school.
Well, that's expected.
Did you know who it was?
Okay, so what would be a con of
Oh my
this?
God.
Who was it?
Size man.
What would be a con of the life straw? Naya, what would be the con? What would be a negative of this?
That's literally been down.
You're not Naya.
I
What?
could put a little bit of amount of water in there.
You'd have to do this
Green.
into your container.
Oh,
That's why it's called life straw. Yeah. Oh.
Would you want to share someone's water that comes out of a life straw?
Yeah, if I'm dehydrated.
It's true, but hopefully you guys plan properly. So the pro is it's super lightweight, it's super convenient, it's super reliable from how much water it, and I actually have not used this yet, so I'm going to use it real quick.
Oh no.
Tell me if it tastes good. Because I hear it does.
Tastes pretty decent. But this would be another negative, right? I have to do some weird yoga moves to get down here.
Plus,
Yoga.
my dad would not be able to do that. He has bad
Is it good? You just drink it.
Tastes like filtered spring water.
It is.
Yeah.
Or
It
not
is.
spring, because I don't think it's spring water.
It's like
So
a
yeah.
goldfish.
That's the other thing, right? It's really weird, it's really crazy. So that's the life straw.
Me.
How
Jumping
much did
pool.
this cost?
This was $20.
Yes.
So it's
they
actually
are-
inexpensive. This was 20. This I think was 15, and I think this one was 20. So this gives you 30 quarts, because a quart is 1.06 liters, so they're pretty close. There's 50 capsules in here, but you have to use 2 of each time, so this is another 25. So 25 quarts, and then 30 quarts. So this is a lot. You can filter a lot through this, but like I said, you'd have to spit the water out.
Couldn't you just use a suction system?
That
You
one's
could, but then you'd have to figure out how to rig it all up. I'm gonna show you some more. Okay. The next is what a lot of thru hikers, and actually that's what I forgot to bring, is a smart water bottle. So this is the Sawyer Squeeze. This is a very popular product for thru hikers. A thru hiker is someone who hikes a very long distance at one time. They don't just go out for a weekend and have fun. They're like doing it for weeks or months at a time. So the Sawyer Squeeze is super lightweight. Here, you pass it along this way. And the really cool thing is it comes in different pouch sizes. So you could do 32 ounces, which is a liter. You could do 64 ounces, which is 2 liters. You could even go down to 16 ounces. So super lightweight. It rolls up. You saw it fit into here, so it could go into my backpack. Super, excuse me.
Oh.
So this, I'll let all of you guys try this.
Yay!
The thing with this is you have to come down, kind of like your life straw, and you just have to fill it up. So you can do it this way, or what a lot of thru hikers do is they get the smart water. You guys know what smart water is?
Yes.
No.
They get those water bottles, and you can get up to a liter of those, and you can actually screw this right on the top of the smart water bottle. So you can fill that up. Like this is kind of taking
Oh
a
yeah,
little
yeah,
bit of
yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah. Now I remember.
Yeah.
I use
Yeah.
light water.
I'll sometimes use food.
All right, so now I have the stream water in here. It's been running, so I know it's probably clean. I don't know necessarily what is upstream from here, but I probably have a little bit of floating particulate in here, some particles, some sediment, maybe some microscopic little critters in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna squeeze this on, or twist this on here, take off my lid, and you wanna be very careful that you don't let this touch, the inside of this touch any of the water that's technically contaminated. So you want, that's why they give you the cap to cover this, right? So use the hand that's not dirty. And I'm gonna let Vanessa be our first victim, participant.
Really? You said victim.
I am the
Did
victim.
I say victim?
Yeah.
Oh no, we're only a squirted one.
All right, so the best way to do it, Vanessa, is to get this on a flat surface, and then you're gonna come over and you're going to, the way these should work is they should get a small trickle once you squeeze a little bit, and gravity should do the work. But they don't do that, so here you go. I'll let you figure that out.
Oh no. Don't.
So they call it the Sawyer Squeeze for a reason. Nope, she's getting water out. So depending on how strong you are and how determined you are to get water, is
Pump it out.
that's the other thing. You might want to get a couple
You need a
rocks
buddy?
to wedge your bottle between. Another way you can do it, go ahead and let-
Sit on it.
you can sit on it, but then you might not be able to get all the water in there. How about Naya? Naya, why don't you give it a try?
Hold on, wait.
So we've got maybe 2 ounces of water in there.
Here,
It's
child.
okay.
It's a good start.
It works.
I mean, the other one you're gonna have to wait 4 hours or
4 hours, 33
7 minutes or whatever it is.
Someone spit. And however how long it takes.
Spit. Not pleasant.
Out of all of these,
I can't even tell which one's the
There's
most
a bathroom
unpleasant.
nearby.
We're not done. We got one more to show you.
Oh no! Oh
All
no,
right,
no, no,
Lily,
no,
your turn.
Oh no.
Does that one filter out microbes too, or does it just filter out particulates?
This one.
What?
So where is Josie?
I don't know.
I'm hoping there's like an out.
Somewhere in
She's
South
somewhere.
I
Carolina.
mean, AT through Rikers these days.
Why in the world?
All the major
Then why is
characters
it?
do.
Miss Kissy, then why are you here?
So the only time that technically some of them get Giardia is they don't filter. It's easy.
I'm gonna go down to the loop here.
Nope, don't go anywhere. Stay here. Come back up.
Revenge.
So,
Sometimes I have to brush my.
so what do you guys do when you get to the bottom of your toothpaste?
Oh yeah, we roll it up.
You roll it,
That's what I
right?
do with
Oh,
my
no.
Help
applesauce.
squeeze.
I don't roll
So,
I squeeze it.
That's what I do with my applesauce.
I just flatten it and then push it out. That's what I do. I don't roll it.
I squeeze mine to death. I don't roll it up.
so they say
make sure to squeeze
you
it.
should be able to get a liter a minute out of this. But that means you're squeezing constantly, all right? The other thing too is you can just drink it out of here.
No.
You can, but I'm not going to give you guys this.
Because we each have to take it in turn and then it's
Yes.
It's
Does everybody have an empty? Probably not. You guys already have water.
I
bottles.
just I can chug this.
Well, we'll go ahead. It's pretty clean. I'm not going to drink it because we're going to use one more filtration method out of this. But you guys just filtered water using the Sawyer Squeeze. Okay?
You can pour it into my hands.
All right.
Never mind.
So, you guys see how lightweight this is? It's pretty ideal. Let's say we're on trail and all of a sudden it gets really hard to squeeze this thing. So, if it's really hard, that means you probably got it from a very murky water source, which I've done in the past, and that's how I clogged my first Sawyer Squeeze. I was very desperate.
First,
We were at the top of
First one.
Indian
Wait,
Staircase.
which one is this one?
This is my second one.
it's not the
Oh, I thought it was gonna be like the 15th.
We were on top of Indian Staircase, the Red River Gorge. Yes,
first.
they were not there. Don't listen to them. We were up there and we needed some water.
Go back to
Canada geese.
And we found this little spring that was trickling down like a waterfall. And so we went down to the bottom where the cliff was, and it was trickling down into a pool. And it looked clear because the water around it, as the sediment had settled. But once we got on it, as soon as we put our fingers in, we realized it was only like 2 or 3 inches deep. So it wasn't very deep. So as soon as we put our filtration devices in there, muddy, dirty, we had no other choice because we were up there and we would have had to climb out 5 to 6 miles to go get, well, probably not that far, more than a mile to go get water. And where we were camping, you literally had to climb up, climb down.
I have a story about water.
Okay.
I climbed the Sleeping Bear Dunes
Okay.
without lunch in my stomach
Ooh.
and a smaller than this water bottle.
Oh no.
And it's a 3.5 mile trail up and down sand
Was it
hills.
summer?
Yes.
You got dehydrated.
Almost.
Almost.
I did. And we came back halfway, almost fainted. But then some people gave like maybe a tiny water bottle and gave me the rest of the way. And of course the car was hot, so
So you're miserable.
yes.
Yeah, so it's very important that you hydrate.
And then the little
You do
kids
have
on
a
the
story.
magnet we got say, where did we
Story
climb
time.
Sleeping Bear Dunes? Just like you climbed the first hill, wouldn't you?
Well, let me finish what I was explaining real quick and then I'll let you tell your story. So I clogged my first, it was bad. I ended up clogging it so bad when I went to go filter water later on that trip, I popped a bag. I was squeezing so hard and it wouldn't come through. And these are pretty durable plastic bags.
Oh my
But
gosh.
if you needed to clean it, there's this thing called backfwashing.
Oh
And I won't do it yet. Well, actually, I
My
won't. I have clean water right
stepbrothers
here.
do that.
Oh no.
It's gross.
So it's backwash or backflow. And so what you want to do is this is only with clean water, you use this syringe. It's the medical syringe. I don't know the exact gauge of it. I think it's 14 gauge. But anyway, you get from a clean water source, whether it's out of your friend's water bottle or your water that's still there, and you want to clean it. So you'll take this and you will, see it says flow? Not just the lady from the Progressive commercial.
It's
No
slow.
laughs? Okay. The water's going to come this way, but if you want to clean it, you have to backflow it. See how that came out here? So what that's doing is that's pushing whatever sediment, dirt, mud, particulate out. So now you're able to clean it, and you're gonna do it a couple times to make sure that you can get this clean so you can use it again. It's basic maintenance because you wanna make sure you take care of all your gear. If you are camping in the middle of the summer and your sleeping bag gets all sweaty and dirty because you are sweaty and dirty, are you just gonna put the sleeping bag away when you get home? You or your parents are probably going to wash it. Same thing with your filters. This could potentially be a matter of life and death if you are doing a big trip. And so you wanna make sure that you're taking care of your gear and you're not letting it get all clogged. I actually had to buy a new filter for the next one. Are you more likely to dehydrate in the summer or the winter if you're outdoors?
Winter.
Why is that?
Because all the water's frozen, and you can't really get to it.
It's a good thought. I like the train of thought. But why do you think you'd get more dehydrated in the winter? It's true. Winter is actually a typical time you get more dehydrated. Why is that? When do you drink water? When you're hot. You're thirsty, and typically you're hot and thirsty in the summertime. Wintertime, you're not thinking about it. Or if you're hiking and you're wearing layers, you're sweating, right? That's how we get dehydrated typically, is we sweat a lot, sweat too much. We lose.
If you're too cold, you get heavy.
You can, yeah. But yes, the wintertime is typically more likely to someone to get dehydrated. It's crazy, but true. All right, last method. Once again, there are pros and cons for every single thing out here. This is a water filter, a pump, water pump, okay? You guys each get to try this out.
Oh no. Can I be the first victim? I mean volunteer?
No, you guys were only victims on that last one.
volunteer.
Naya, you can definitely go first.
Yay!
Can I go second?
So, you guys have to be very careful which end you attach your hoses to. So what does that say?
The wrong end.
In. In, okay. So if that's the in, then this is probably the
In.
out, yes. So you, once again, just like on the Sawyer Squeeze or even the Life Straw, you want to make sure that the end that is going into contaminated water is not touching the spot where the clean water is coming out, right? So you take your hose and you attach it to this inlet.
Oh my god.
And these all come with different things to help you keep them attached. I will actually show you what the inside of this filter looks like. I just cleaned it, sadly, for the first time. As you guys are picking up on a theme, I don't take care of my gear very well.
Especially
But
water
this is actually a lot cleaner
purifiers.
than it was. And I just bought a new filter too. And they make a protector film screen that goes around it that actually keeps it from. But this has been used a lot. And for it to be this clean is actually pretty good. But that's just the outside, all right? The inside is clean, okay? You have to do basic maintenance to keep track of it, to make sure that you're good. All right, so you'll screw that closed. This end will go into the water. This is a little float, so this will actually determine how deep that the pre-filter goes in. And then we're in a pretty shallow area. We're gonna try to find the deepest area.
Right there.
Yep,
Yeah, it's over by the
Olivia sees it. And then this is your outlet, and there's a couple different ways you can use it. And I'm only gonna show you the one. But this little piece right here, it's really cool because a lot of these reservoirs have this quick disconnect. Okay, see this? It clicks, not going anywhere, it's sealed. I can actually hook up this pump directly to this because I'll put the hose on this end. And I can fill the water bladder directly with my pump, okay? But we're not gonna do that. That's just a way to do it. What I want to do is I actually want to hook this up to my water bottle. So you guys remember how long it took to fill up that the water bottle just a minute ago with the Sawyer Squeeze?
Yep. 10 hours.
10 hours. We are still here. It's Friday. That's how long
It's
it took.
Wednesday.
Oh, it's Wednesday. That's right.
Yeah, Wednesday,
So-
March
Got a
24th.
spring break at least.
This connects directly to a 32-ounce wide mouth water bottle. So, Naya, come here.
I'm in the middle again.
Stop
We
sliding.
can go ahead and
Olivia.
just throw it in right here.
Oh
Pre-filter. I'll hand you this.
yeah! I think I know where the deepest
Come closer.
spot.
Yeah, the deepest spot's over by the
Yeah,
log.
by the tree. So
Go
like,
ahead and start pumping.
Look over there.
yeah, like right there by
That's how you
the
pump.
log.
What you want to do is you can squat down
Not all the
And then you can either put it on your knee or put it on the rock.
You go deeper. If you go darker, you go deeper.
Sounds like a hawk.
Ocean.
Now what you're doing is you're priming it, and now the water's starting to flow.
You go darker, you go deeper.
And you are already about 2 ounces, 3 ounces, 4 ounces. So we could definitely do this one in under a minute. Fill the whole water.
Block your way.
She's already up to a cup of water. I think we should have a race to see who can fill up a liter of bottle faster.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have time.
We should do it. We should.
Because if we could do it under a minute, it won't take us that
True.
long.
Yeah, we should be
Okay, you want to race?
Yeah.
Okay,
But
let's go ahead and stop
but
then.
if you race,
All right, so
then
here's what we're gonna do.
my turn. But if you race, then it's not gonna be as clean as you want it to be.
I don't know if the
Because
speed
the
it
faster
does,
you
the
go-
filter pretty much is going to filter the same amount of water to measure. Doesn't matter how much it's going through. Okay, let me get a watch
I'll go next.
timer go.
There's a line.
All right, come back, get set. You can go as fast as you want. Ready, and go. So this is one type of filter. They have one that's kind of like a lever. Do you guys ever see those old water pumps?
It's out of the water.
There's old school water pumps you'd find at a farm. So there's kind like that. That for every pump, whether it's up or down, you're getting water. This one, I think, just gives you water on the down pump. So there are lots of different ones. This one was about $85 to $90. There are some pumps you can get for $300. And that's because the type of filter, it's the size, it's the weight. I know where I'm going that I'm not going to need anything more than this, but there are certain places that you don't know the water, like overseas, where you want the really expensive because they have like the carbon filters. All right, we are at 28 ounces, and we're not done yet. Keep going, keep going.
Oh my gosh, she's almost got all the way full now.
A minute and 16 so far. She's just about done. And time. All right. A minute 23 is the time to beat. Is Olivia our next?
Nice.
I can't see everything. I'll go before you.
You can hand that to Olivia.
Hold on, the pump, you going?
Next,
All right. So we reset. A minute 23. Remember your time. A minute 23.
1:23.
Ready? Get set.
in the water.
It's in the water. Go. You put it on your knee or on a rock to give you a stable surface. Oh, she's already at 12 ounces.
What?
Whoa! She's gonna beat your time now.
Go, Olivia.
She's gonna beat your time.
Holy.
I'm taking her next time I go on a backpacking trip. She's gonna be my water pumper. Ready and time. 38 seconds.
Whoa!
She beat your time now.
I was like,
All right, Vanessa.
I can beat Olivia's time.
I think more than half actually, because this was like 1:23. So it was almost a minute and a half.
I can
It's about
definitely.
38.88.
third.
Her pushing skills.
24 ounces, 35 seconds. Can she do it? And time's up. Nope. She got 28 ounces though
Nice.
in 39 seconds. 34 ounces. 36, 37, 38. Nope. You were at 30 ounces right at the same time.
More than Vanessa. I beat everybody.
Okay.
And then it was Lillian, and then it was Vanessa. I was in second place. Vanessa was in third. Naya.
All right.
Naya
So
Naya.
Olivia is our water pump champ.
Darn
Good
it.
job. Here's my
Can we get a
method
piece of
that Olivia. I don't have candy tonight. Sorry. That Olivia did, and I think works. I think Lily started doing this and then she corrected it.
What?
So with this. Slow, continuous pumps.
It's squirting out your water pump.
Yes, it's letting you guys know if I'm happy.
Scory,
Slow, and then when you're higher up on your knee, you have better leverage. Now, Vanessa, she was down low and she was doing quick little pumps like that. She had no leverage and she was just pumping it like short pumps, which wasn't.
How did you make it look so easy, Olivia?
What is a pro of using one of these?
It's way quicker than most of them.
It is way quicker than the 33-minute, the 4-hour, the other 4-hour, and the Life Straw. Once again, you're spitting into your friend's water bottle with the clean water. It's not so clean. What is a con?
But
of one of
wait,
these?
if you're all alone, then that would definitely be a pro no matter what.
What's a con of this, Naya? What do you think's a con of the water filter?
You have to just like push it down.
There's a lot of work involved. Yeah. There's kind of work involved with the squeeze. What else is involved? What's another con of this?
It's very long and
It's kind of cumbersome.
yeah, it's very
Kind of
consuming
entangled. I
space.
feel like it's just like all over the
It can
place.
get tangled.
Can
Very
get tangled.
consuming of space.
What's one more con of this thing, Vanessa?
Not just the leverage, but if you break it, you're done for.
Yeah.
And you have to
That's
clean
another
up
thing.
filter 24/7.
Yep. You.
Just like the Life
if you
Straw.
break it, you don't have any other water filtration. So the biggest thing is maintenance. The maintenance of these things is very important. And then you have to clean it up. You have to make sure that you don't get contaminated water on your clean water hose. So that's why I have different bags. So this one says outlet hose. So I'm going to seal this in here, and it's going to separate, and then that happens right there. See, as you can see, all that other stuff is put away already. This right here, I have to put in here.
Oh, so it takes you a long time to clean.
It's a cleaning thing. With the Sawyer Squeeze, it's 2 pieces. This is 3 pieces, and it's separating the bag.
Life Straw is pretty much just one piece.
I gotta pump this out to get the rest of the water out.
To be honest,
And when
I
I get
prefer the
home-
Life Straw over everything else.
I agree. And if you're by yourself, if you're doing a day hike, for sure. But then for volume, that's probably the reason why I would use the pump. It's because you can get a lot of water real quick, and after a lot of hiking, you're going to be tired. You don't want to have to bend over with a Life Straw or try to get the water. I took the Sawyer Squeeze with me. So what do you guys prefer as
Life
to use?
Straw.
You want to use a Life Straw? Now, what would you like to use?
Probably the filter.
Which filter?
The one.
The pump? Yep. How about you, Lily? What would you use?
Probably,
Wait, that's Lily.
probably for Life Straw. Probably Life Straw the pump.
That's Lily. I'm Olivia.
Yeah, I said Lily.
A Lillian.
Call me Olivia.
I know, because I
Yeah.
was looking past you. How about you, Olivia? What would you use?
Pump.
Use the pump? Yep. And it's all preference. It's all based on where you're going. If you know you're going to have clean water, somewhat clean water sources. I go to Dolly Sods pretty regularly. I'm going there here in May, and they have the Red Creek, which is a high concentrate of iron, and so it's red, and so your water comes out red because you can only filter out so much of that stuff.
So then it will be pink and then you.
But just because it's a high level of iron doesn't mean it's bad for you. You just don't want to keep drinking it. You do it in small amounts. Well, that brings up a good point. If you have a low flow area, what's a way to create high flow area?
Dams.
Create a dam. But I would not only do it temporarily to get your water. You don't want to dam up water because, once again, you're going to disrupt the environment and the habitat.
We would dig like a ditch and then we put the rocks
Well,
in.
I have dug holes in a water place. I'd let the sediment settle, and then that gives me a deep pool to put my filter in. So, all right, everybody grab your stuff. We're gonna try to climb. Parents, if you wanna wait here, we're gonna come back this way, or you can come with us too.
I want to go over the bridge.
Okay.
Bridge! That's fine.
So, I'm gonna go across a little bit. I'm gonna take your hand. I've got somewhat waterproof. To plan a primitive / backcountry camping trip, because you guys can hike 1.25 miles with a backpack, your tent, your hammock. Not too many hammock spots. So
Yeah, there's literally no hammock spots.
Then you can do your fire. You can go get your water through some of the methods we use, and you can just kind of practice doing your stuff. You could cook over the fire, or you can do a stove and do your camp food. So this is actually a great place if you want to plan a small, quick trip just to kind of practice some of the things. You do have to reserve it. I think it's $15 a night, and I think it's up to 6 or 8 people.
Hey,
But not really that many people come out here, so a smaller group would probably do that. Yeah, this is a great place actually. I know a lot of people reserve it. It's super beautiful.
I know.
So starting in April, Trailblazing Hope Outdoors, which is the organization that I run, we're doing our spring program, and it's going to be for 4 weeks, and we have 2 different programs. I know you guys meet on Wednesday, so we have a Friday group, and we're going to be talking about camping essentials. So a lot of stuff that we talked about we're going to be doing together, but we're going to have games and all the different stuff involved, and it's free, and it's with your peers from the middle school, different middle schools, Ankeny. Hello, we're gonna go back this way. We'll wait for you. If you guys are interested in that, Miss Chrissy can get your parents more information about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a fun event. We're doing our 3rd program already. So I think in May we're doing either rock climbing at the Wright State, or we're gonna do mountain biking.
We have it's like I can't move. It got MRE down there. I couldn't move. I had to go. I got a portable phone.
You guys hear the critters?
I like finally like got myself good. It took me like like for distance, yeah. Right? called is Florida Disneyland East Coast. I go to